24 hours with JB. Let's talk. The grind. Pardon me. The grind. The grind will show you. The grind will ask you. The grind will tell you. The grind will make you determine how bad you really want it. That's why when I'm working out at times, I always say, this, that, how bad you want it. Because that's not just with hustling. That's not just with working out. That's not just with studying. That's anything in life. Once you decide, I want this, I'm going after this, and I'm not stopping me, life has a way of building grit, fortitude, and determining whether or not you have resiliency, right? Persistence. So, in regards to the grind makes you really question how bad do you want it. You see, you may think you want it bad. You may say to yourself, yo, I'm not stopping, I'm doing this, but, excuse me. And I'm not even going to do this over because this is what it is. This is real life. For the past week or so, like, life just been slapping me around left and right and left. You know what I mean? And with that being said, I've been making my best attempt to overcome the obstacles, right? Some days are better than others. Some days I feel like, yo, you know what? I'm not doing the content creation no more. Like, that's it. Other days I feel like, yo, the studying, I'm going to take a break. Other days I feel like boxing, I'm not. So when I do feel those ways, sometimes I embrace that feeling. Sometimes I let that feeling take over me. But at the end of the day or the beginning of the next, I always strive to put my best foot forward. Excuse me. Because what I ask myself is, how bad do you really want it? Right? When things were going good, you had no complaints. When things were going good, you wasn't feeling the way you're feeling. When things were going good, you called yourself dauntless, right? So now that there's a recalibration that has to take place, now you're questioning your capabilities, right? And with you questioning yourself, that's bringing about doubt. That's bringing about feelings that are unbeknownst to you oftentimes, right? But with that being said, you're allowing those feelings that come about seldomly opposed to often. You're allowing those feelings to take over. And why is that? Who is that, in fact? And this is what you have to ask yourself. This is what you have to dig down deep and find out. This is when you ask yourself, who am I doing it for? What am I doing it for? Why am I doing it? Right? All of these questions. Because if not, you're going to find yourself not prospering as fast as you would have wanted to and or intended to, as well as you're going to find yourself lonely, right? Because just like people say at the top it's lonely, throughout the grind it's often lonely as well. Because what happens is you have a lot of people just waiting on the sideline, just sitting there. Some believe you. Some just want to see it. For others, it's just entertaining. For some, instead of just hitting the like button, they're just going to sit there and watch it. So it's like you're going through all of these things, right? But you have to look yourself in the mirror. You have to look yourself in the camera. You have to revert back to that hunger, right? To that K-dot mindset, right? When Kendrick said, keep your head down and work just like I do. You have to revert to that, right? Because let me tell you, people will doubt you. You'll doubt yourself. So to think no one else is going to doubt you, that is just preposterous, right? And You never want to be that. You always want to be somebody who can bounce back. You always want to have that endurance. When you fall, get back up. Jadakiss once said, when you fall, wipe the blood and the sweat up. Something along those lines. But that's how you got to be on it. You know what I mean? Especially with the season changing even. Like, it may be a lot better to just move and function and go about your day with a fruititious vibration, if you will, right? During the summertime, during the springtime. But fall, winter, especially when the rain, snow, sleet, etc., it's going to be a lot harder, beloved. And again, you have to dig down. You have to say to yourself, yo, I'm doing this. No matter the season, no matter the reason, no matter the cause, the effect, like I am putting my best foot forward. If not at the end of the day, the end of the week. Not at the end of the week, the end of the month, right? As Dr. King said, no matter how you get there, move, right? Whether that be crawling, walking, jogging, anything, run if you will, if you have the endurance to do so. The grind, man. The grind. That's what sums this conversation up. The grind, the grind, the grind. You gotta dig deep. You gotta want it. You gotta want it. Nobody's giving it to you. Nobody's clapping you. Those flowers that you want to smell, you may not ever get to smell those flowers. And when you do, you may smell those flowers from a stranger. I'm going to tell you something. I sometimes get more recognition from strangers than own family members and friends at times. And it's okay. I go to therapy and speak to my therapist about things like this. And what my therapist does is my therapist allows me to not be so in here. Because a lot of times I get in here, right? A lot of times I say to myself, what? No, simplify it. Simplify it and stay focused on you. Simplify it and say and do what matters to you. Because that is what is ultimately going to take you to the higher echelon. That is what's going to cause you to rise above, in my Maya Angelou voice. There's so much sometimes I want to share with the world. There's so much transparency I want to bring about, but I'm grinding right now. I'm working right now. So some days are going to be better than others, as I said before, but everything is not for everybody. I still have to keep some sort of exclusivity for myself, and I'm still figuring it out along the way, to be completely honest. So therefore, you may see me stick and move. Therefore, you may see me on a groove one week and the next week, you know what I mean? And again, it's up to me to keep that momentum going. Because life is gonna life, right? That's just the bottom line. Life is gonna life. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna have to pick up more hours at work. Things are gonna come about that's out of your control. But when those things come about, that is what's going to build character. That is what's going to make you develop a stomach, an appetite, a core for destruction as well as development. You understand? In other words, we destroy and rebuild in Nas' voice. That's what takes place. That's what needs to happen on a daily basis. Because if you do the work, you're going to get the results, beloved. It's going to happen. It's bound to happen. And when you get those results, you're going to want more of it. Success is an acquired taste, right? If you watch this video thus far, you know success is an acquired taste, and you know it's a taste, pause, that you want to taste, which is why you've made it thus far, right? And if you made it thus far, I'm going to tell you the secret that I didn't tell those at the beginning of this video. What's that? You have to invest. You have to hedge inflation. You have to eat good foods. You have to drink water. You have to get good rest. You have to put out positive energy. You have to listen to those thoughts in your mind and deal with them. You have to declutter your mind. What you do frequently becomes your frequency. Gotta rise above, beloved. Keep going. I'm not as I usually am because I'm tired. but I'm still here with you. I'm still here banging heavy on the investments.